Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. Still a throwback to Christmas time, but I've got limited resources, so I'm using what I can use to make these demos, to be creative. But we've always got Christmas in July, which is coming up in the next 6 months or so. So yeah, we can look forward to that, as long as I can get in touch with my partner Luigi. I'd love to spend that I'd like to go out with Luigi to the snow. I'd like to go and have a Northern Hemisphere style Christmas. I won't do that. I'd like to have a Northern Hemisphere experience, and I'd like to go to have Christmas in July, so we go up to a place like the snow, you know, where the snow is. I've never been to the snow, folks, so that's a new one for me, folks, to be able to go and see snow for the first time. The only snow I saw was in the distance, and it was only just a little bit, so I haven't actually touched it or anything like that. Really missed out on it lots when I was a kid. See, that's just forgot about that. I wasn't one of the affluent ones. In the neighbourhood, everyone went to the snow except my family, it seemed. This is it. This is what we're doing. Yes. But basically, my family never went to the snow. We never got to see the snow, even though everyone else in the street was going skiing and all that. We weren't able to. We didn't have the money, or so that my parents didn't have the money. And everyone else went to the snow and had fun. Now let's see how we go with this. Yeah, I referred to my family as the can't afford it family, folks, at one stage. I don't know when that was exactly. And that's come up a bit too big on the horizontal. We're going to make it a bit smaller. We don't want to cut the heads off. But that looks really quite interesting. And I think we enlarged it. I think that's the right enlargement for the vertical, even though that's the word guess is not right in the centre. So I've got to make a guess as to how big we're going to make this. I think 110 on the horizontal. That looks better. There, the heads are now just skimming the top. Now they're not being cut off. Going to use that as our master copy, make it into a movement piece. Yes, so this is it. This is what we just did, if I remember correctly. This Christmassy catalogue, lots of interesting items in it, including this one. Yes. They look ugly, these girls. Their eyes look ugly. They're over made up, tarty looking, ugly. I don't know why people feel they need to wear makeup. Really, makeup is such an expensive pain in the ass. It's expensive and it looks ugly. It doesn't really make anyone look very attractive, even though people like to believe they're attractive because they're wearing it. And they spend all their money on this shit that they put on their face, and it's just junk. And it makes you feel horrible in the heat and when you're wearing a COVID mask. So, you know, there's no practicality there with makeup. Like anything that's cosmetic, it's not practical. It's just really impractical, and that's come up looking quite interesting. We're going to use that. So yeah, guess, of course models wear makeup all the time. It's a part of the scene, I guess. You just basically but they look tarty. Oops, I just farted. I just got the farts at the moment, folks. Hopefully you didn't hear that. But yeah, this makeup is really tarty and ugly and expensive. I can't afford that kind of shit. I can't afford to put shit on my face, as I like to say. I can't. I'm not rich. I don't have that sort of money kicking round. And most makeup brands are luxe anyway. They're luxury. I can't even afford to have a shower every day because it gets so hot, and because it's basically the electricity costs are skyrocketing, and they're set to skyrocket even further, and I just can't afford it, folks. So I'm trying my best to make ends meet while I'm trying to create these demos, so that in the future I won't have to worry about money and having to ration showers, for fuck's sake. On a hot day, you're sweating, your armpits are sweating and everything is sweating, and you can't fucking just get in and cool off. I can't even have cold showers, folks. I can't take cold showers. I still like my showers quite warm, even on a hot day for some reason, so I can't just get in the shower and cool off on just plain cold water. I can't do that. It makes me shudder. It makes me feel hypothermic. I tried it once, folks. I thought I could do it. I tried it and I just was shaking. I was just convulsing. It was so shocking to the system. And I was only young as well. I was only young when I did that. Now it'd be much worse. I stink. Just sniffing in my shirt. It stinks. It smells sweaty, folks. I'm really sweating away. Got the fan going, but it gets so muggy that it doesn't blow. The air that it blows isn't quite cold. It's almost warm or hot, or warm air. It is just takes a little bit off the heat, stops me from sweating as profusely on the hands where I'm holding the phone, and I can end up dropping it because it's so slippery. So yeah, it's not easy, folks. Yeah, and that's come up looking interesting. I think I can now call it quits. Gotta go.